Hello, my friends. So, I have a story for you that I'm trying to figure out how to start this. And this is going to be one of those windy ones, and I may be all over the place, but I promise there is a point to this. And several other players are involved. So, about a week ago, I started formulating kind of an epiphany that I had of how the universe rewards its star students, sometimes with cash money, big cash money, settlements, lawsuit settlements, inheritances, gifts from other people, the lottery, etc., etc. And I came to this conclusion through several different things, but it was a little over a year ago, I started watching a gal on YouTube, and she had basically quit her job and went to work for the universe, just like I have. And she had mentioned that someone had given her a gift of money, and that had allowed her to quit her job and go into what she was doing as a psychic medium full time. And so that was kind of the first person. And then I started realizing that the same thing had happened to me. My dad passed away 2 years ago this August. And about a month before he died, I found out that he had gotten a lawsuit for having bladder cancer, a significant amount of money. He had gotten it like a year before and spent a lot of it, but there was still quite a bit of it left over. And my brother had already gotten his inheritance. And so basically everything was left to me. That allowed me to quit the job that I was doing last year and to start my YouTube channel and to do what I do now, which is teach people how to go through the ascension process and clearing blocks and healing childhood wounds and just in general helping people. So it's kind of like, I feel like and if you've watched any of my videos, I say in them that I work for the universe. The universe is my boss now, and he pays accordingly. And I talked to another friend of mine over the weekend, and she was talking about she had a settlement coming for a work-related incidents, and that it had just kind of come to her that it was taking a long time for it to come, that the money to come, and she just kind of realized that if she had not have learned what she needed to learn, she would have used that money differently. And now she had had a change in perspective and realized that the reason that had drug out was because the universe was waiting for her to get in alignment so she could start her purpose in life. Last summer, a friend of mine mentioned having a lawsuit that had, been dragging on for a handful of years, and had sent me a message that it was going in his favor. I don't know whether he's gotten his money or not. If he hasn't, it's probably because he hasn't learned the lessons that the universe wants him to learn yet. But what I started realizing was that seems to be happening a lot for people who have chosen to do the work that they are supposed to do. They have healed their wounds, and they have stepped out of that 9-to-5 job in order to go into a spiritual business, some sort of a healing something or other, whether it's energy healing or tarot readings, and teaching people and guiding people and leading people on this ascension journey. So I had been thinking back and forth about doing that video for a little bit, and I hadn't really done anything with it because I didn't quite have, I didn't have enough meat for the story until today. So I'm going to read a message that came through. First, let me say, I'm gonna put this in the link because I feel like this applies to a lot of people, not just Aries. The Aries video that I did a week ago was about a lot of people who were about ready to, we'll just say, get their 10 of Cups, and they were waiting on their money situation to lighten up, and then they could get their 10 of Cups flipped over and start their new journey. And I feel like that applies to a lot of people right now, not just Aries. And also the December video that I did for Aries back, I don't know, first or middle of December, they hit like 15,000 views. It's starting to come back around for some people, and it seems like it's applying. So I'm going to put those two links in there so you guys can know what I'm talking about, and just assume that it's for everybody right now, because I feel like this is happening with a large majority of light workers who are getting ready to come into their mission work. And the money that is coming from the universe is coming in those lawsuits that people have been waiting on, have been coming in inheritances that they were not expecting. The lottery, which is part of what this message I'm getting ready to read is. So I'm gonna read this and so you get this, and why I decided to go ahead and do this video now. It says, today is June 6, 2019. I just wrote in my journal about the same thing you just mentioned. He is an Aries. He's just watched the Aries video that I did last week. This video has shown up in my timeline for days, and after I wrote in my journal, just about word for word what is being said. I turned on this video. That's very important for me and very much calming. I am facing a very difficult situation with my money, and I am calm as ever because I know it's here and I have to line up with the vibration. I won the jackpot for one of the biggest lotteries, and I am waiting for the results. I just wrote that people that have been listening to me say I got this lottery was going to be amazed when I show the proof. I just said that I will be more powerful and able to help the masses with my knowledge and proof because it will release the Kraken. I have 3 loans outstanding, $75 to my name. $1,060 in rent, $300 light bill, no job, a family to take care of, and then some. But I know that everything is fine and taken care of. It makes me wonder if I'm crazy for not being stressed. So I have to tell myself that it's all part of thinking outside the box. I am a divine being who is one with all. I can do anything and nothing at the same time and still be bigger than my situation. This made me cry watching this because he totally gets it. I got this lottery and I am patiently waiting for results. Love you for the sign, and I know it was meant for me. Within the next 48 hours, I will receive a huge amount of money. From where I don't know, but I believe it has happened. I am grateful for all I have been through because I am more powerful and understanding for it all. 0 to 1 billion really quick. Remember the name, remember the confidence, remember that I am the way. And his name is Robert Williams. He sent me a message that he was going to start his YouTube video today. So him sending me that message was the thing that spurred me to go ahead and do this video, because that's kind of what I started realizing is the people that have done the work, the people that have aligned themselves with the universe, the people that have unplugged themselves from the old matrix and have completely stepped over into doing it the way the universe wants it done, and they are no longer straddling the fence, those are the ones that the universe has going to basically say, good job, and let me help you because you are now going to work for me. And if you remember, I did a video last week about how is the universe going to keep you fed. So if you haven't watched that video, you need to go back and watch it. I'll link that too. Because for a lot of us who are trying to align ourselves with the universe and do things with source and teach people about the ascension and the journey and removing the fear and everything that we were taught the old way, it's starting to show. I'm starting to see. It's almost like I feel like I'm like a data collector, and I'm starting to see in the research from doing my YouTube channel, from talking to different people, that it's kind of like the same thing keeps happening. And so as I'm doing my data collection, it just reinforces to me how this is going to work. You do the work, you get rewarded by the universe. If you haven't done your work and you're still longing for certain things, it's because you haven't done your work. If you're still wrapped up in a lot of fear, it's because you haven't done the work and you haven't moved over to the other side. So if that's any consolation, and for any of those who are frightened about leaving the old paradigm and moving into the new one, I'm starting to see proof. I have data. I have collected data that shows how things work out in our favor. So I guess that's, if any of you are in that situation of waiting on, like I said, waiting on lottery money, waiting on lawsuit money, waiting on inheritance, and you're like frustrated because it's dragging out and dragging out and dragging out, it might be because the universe is afraid you're going to piss it away. And if you are, they're going to wait until you get yourself settled in a place to do the work that you are supposed to do. So think about that. Are you aligned with doing your work for the universe, your purpose in life? If you're not, you're going to be waiting around for a while. So anyway, I look forward to hearing from any of you about this, and agree or disagree, let me know. Thanks. Bye.